If you have not followed his Triple H Horse Racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.
Welcome to episode 364 of Picks and Ponies, live from the gazebo at the first turn at Saratoga Racecourse at Saratoga Springs, New York. I'm your host, Howard Kravitz of the HHH Racing Podcast. Thanks so much for joining us. Look at this background, everyone. Can you believe it? We are outside what's called the 1863 Club. You see the first turn there. Actually, that's the stretch run right behind my shoulder. We are having an awesome time here in Saratoga. We're very happy to bring you live coverage of race 9 and race 10 here on Jim Dandy Day. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button on the bottom right hand side of the screen. Hit the notification bell on the top right so you know when new content will arrive here on YouTube, and smash that like button. We greatly appreciate it. Check out our power picks. Check out our website, hhhracingpodcast.com as well. Hopefully the sound is working fine. Cross our fingers. The internet is going to be working good here. We got a lot of people in the chat already, like Horsey Dave is here. It is so nice at Saratoga, heaven on earth. Absolutely. Dave, thanks for joining the show. Let's see who else here. Raymond Cromley is here. Raymond, hunch bettors made money today. Absolutely. Hopefully you made some money. We got Jessica. What's up, Jessica? Is in the chat. Jessica Cognina. Good picks, Katie. I got Sierra Leone in 2 as well. So some people like Sierra Leone. You're going to see, we are live. We are as live as can be. We got the Outriders. There's the Outriders. Say hi to the Outriders. Hi, Outriders. They're behind us. Hi, Horsies. Anyway, we are as live as can be, everyone, as I'm cracking up my co-hosts here. They like the word horsey. I don't know. Anyway, let's see who else is here. Like I said, Katie is in the chat. Joel Munoz wants to know when the feeds start. It's on. It's right here, Joel. We are on live here. Again, there's going to be a lot of sound in the background. I'm purposely not using a microphone so we can catch more what's called natural sound. Thanks for joining us. Oh, look who's here. Daughter of Matt Miller, Allison Miller. What's up, Allison? How you doing? Let's go, crew. Hey, Allison, what's going on? Here's the story, everyone. We're going to be talking about race 9 and race 10. Race 9 is coming up next. They just ran a very exciting race 8, which was the start of the late pick 5. A little bit of a heartbreaking result for those of you at the power picks. I really liked the number 6 Satin Blue, which was a power pick choice, who did not break well and ran a monster close for second. I will say, full disclosure, our good friend and co-host of Bet and Booza, Noah Maher, crushed the exacta, the 7-6 exacta for $5. So check out his Delmar power picks as well. Oh my goodness, look who's here. Davey Lane is in the chat from Europe, I'm assuming. What's up, Davey? Nice hat. I agree, Davey. Thanks for joining the show, man. Look, let's get into race 9. Now, just to let everyone know, I'm only working on one monitor thing. The tech is a little bit different. So I will bring up screens that I normally do, but I can't see what I'm bringing up exactly. So hopefully everything is going to work well. You're going to see me looking down as well quite a bit because I do have the PPs right beneath me. So let's get into race 9 right now, which is a really good allowance race. Let me go ahead and see if I can present that on screen so everyone can see what is happening here. Let's see if we can do this or not. Hold on one second. And okay. You know, we can do that, I think. Let's see here. Now, we're not going to do that. I don't want to mess around with that. So we're just going to talk about the race instead of sharing. Gets a little bit tricky. Race 9 is on the turf. It's a mile and 16th. It's restricted 3-year-olds. It's optional claiming 80,000 and 1X. There's one particular horse that I think is very interesting. We have about 15 minutes to post here to race 9, which is what we're going to be covering first. The other thing I want to say, we don't want to get in trouble with NYRA. We cannot show the actual races live, but we are as live here as live can be. You might see horses running in the background I think that's going to be okay. I hope it's going to be okay. We're not actually going to be showing the whole race, but Evan, you can be watching at home. And if you see horses on the track in the background, those are the actual horses running as we speak. Look who's in the chat. Brand Anderson, who's, man, what a great guy. He's been with us here all week. The spa is heaven. Absolutely, Brad. Race 9, here we go. There's one horse we got to talk about right away, the number 3. Number 3 is Navy Seal, who is currently 7-2. And I have to get out the actually I have a screen right in front of me. I just realized the monitor. Navy Seal is actually 4-1 right now, second choice. This is a Wesley Ward horse who was at who's this? What? Who is it? Matt Miller. Give it half from Matt Miller. How we doing, Matt?
The best time. I don't know how we do it 3 years in a row. The best time. It's different every time. It's the best every time. Keep talking.
Thanks. Matt's had a very good week, by the way. Navy Seal 4-1 right now. Was at Canterbury last time, which surprised me. What even surprised me more is they kept the horse in the race, even though it was scratched off the turf and went to the dirt. Did not run very well. This is a much better spot for Navy Seal. The number 3 should be a major factor. The favorite right now on the board is actually my top choice, the number 8, West Hollywood, for Cox and Flavian Pratt, and Qatar Racing, who I believe won with Nakatomi, I believe, with same connections in the Vanderbilt earlier today. West Hollywood's coming from Churchill. It's been a very good angle. Horses from Churchill. This is an Uncle Mo colt out of a Galileo mare. Hello. That's nice breeding, in case you're not familiar with breeding. Won its main special easily by 4. Finished second in a nice N1X against a good horse. He's going to show tactical speed. I expect Flavian to have the 8 West Hollywood up there pretty close. And if you're from the West Coast or from SoCal, hey, you might want to bet West Hollywood for sure. Let's talk about a few other horses here. The third choice right now, there's 2 of them. And they are both Chad Browns, and I'm against both of them. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's talk about Maine Beach, the number 2. Maine Beach is coming in from Monmouth. Now, Chad certainly can send horses to Monmouth and do okay, but he didn't break his maiden first time. He was on turf. Then he did break his maiden. Didn't really do it very excitingly, to be honest. Didn't do it very fast. I just think it's IRAD. I just think Maine Beach is overbet, even at 6-1. I think if someone else was riding him, he'd be 10-1. I know it's IRAD. I'm just against the 2. The Chad that I thought would actually take a lot more money is the 12 Risk Tolerant and Irish bred by Kingman out of a Pivotal mare. This horse, the number 12, was 3-1 morning line, has drifted all the way up to 6-1 as well. I was negative with the 12 for 2 reasons. One, he got an absolute dream trip last time, was in the pocket, then just tipped out and went by what I thought was not the greatest field in the world. Now he's got the 12 hole, which is very difficult against much better horses. But you know what? The bettors are sniffing through that as the horse just ticked down to 5-1. I'd be against Risk Tolerance in here. Let's talk about some prices that I think are interesting. The number 9, Mogo, Medaglia d'Oro colt. 1 lifetime start on turf, only won by a neck, but I think he got the best trip. This is Junior Alvarado. This is a horse that's improving for Jose D'Angelo, who you don't really think of as distance turf trainer. 24-1. I don't know if Mogo can win, but I think Mogo would be a bit interesting underneath. Another horse you could use is Moonlight, the number 5 for Pletcher, currently 11-1. Was in the American Derby at Churchill on June 29th. Is lightly raced. Has not as much turf pedigree as some others, but could surprise. And then the last horse I want to talk about is a Rapoli horse, the number 4, Time Song. This horse is 12-1. Is been on turf 4 times, 1 first, 1 third. Has improving buyer figs, and has been changed traders a few times. Is back to George Weaver, who's an excellent underrated trainer. I think the 4 is interesting for Castellano. This is Rapoli and St. Elias stables as well. Let me go ahead and take off the banner there that we have at the top. Again, we have a lot of people watching live and on YouTube as well. If you're on YouTube, please go ahead and join the chat. Matt Miller, do you have any thoughts on this race, Matt?
Who's running?
Who's running? Four-legged animals. They're going to go in an oval, not a circle. They're also going left-handed.
Okay. So I am alive in the double to the 2 and the 12. And if I'm being honest, I would have expected their prices to be a bit lower than they are. That may change. I'm not sure what the pool size is. But based on the betting action, I am on 2 horses I wish I wasn't on. I actually think the 8 is taking strange money in a variety of different pools. And again, I don't know who the horses are, but it's taking strange money in my opinion.
Well, the other thing I want to mention, Matt, you can stay here. The 11 is also a horse that got a weird trip last time. Tifere, I believe it's pronounced. The Shadwell, homebred, Tyler G. and Brendan Walsh. Now, Matt, let me ask you a question. We know Chad Brown on the turf in Saratoga always takes a ton of money. When you see 5-1s, it is a big field. It's not an easy field. When you see 5-1s on both of them, especially when one of them was an early morning line 7-2, your thoughts are?
I do not like seeing horses going off at higher than their morning line odds typically. I do think with Chad, and I'm not trying to be controversial or anything like that, that is not the kind of trainer that is giving out betting tips to his friends. And so I don't really look at the prices of his horses as indicative of what he told his buddies. Obviously, I think there are trainers that do that sort of stuff, which is fine. That's up to them. But I don't look into the price of a Chad horse as a clue that he told someone he didn't like the horse. It just tells me the morning line may have been artificially low, or the horse just might not be that great. He's a great trainer, but not every horse is the best horse.
No, look, I mean, he has obviously unbelievable horses. He also has horses that are above average. Now, these potentially could be nice horses, but this is a tough spot for sure. So definitely appreciate that analysis. Matt mentioned West Hollywood, who's 3-1 right now. Again, Matt, the Churchill horses have just done very well in general in this meet. Let's take a few people in the chat right at the wires here, wondering about some of these with the tighter turns on the inner. It's a good point. These are tight turns. It's been very firm here all week long. You really don't want to be on the outside. It's 11-horse field. And Matt, like the 12, like I was saying, was on the rail last time with an absolute dream trip. And now it's got the, in the 11 hole. I mean, can the horse win? Sure. I'd be negative, just to let everyone know at home. For those who don't subscribe to the Power Picks, I have my my A's or my top plays in no specific order would be 3, 4, 8, and 11. I'm using the Chads as secondary horses. I'd also look at the 9 and the 12, the 5 and the 9. This is just an absolutely wide open race to me, Matt.
You just gave out half the field. That was really
well. It's actually the whole field, practically. Right. It's
it's
11-horse field. Now, Matt, I'm sure people would like to know from you. Obviously, if you've said many times, you're not an expert picker. You're an expert bettor and money manager. What would you suggest people to do with a board that's very spready and only a 3-1 is the lowest price right now?
Who do we like in the next race?
So you would like to play a double?
I would at least be.
Well, tempted. The next race is the Jim Dandy. You really want to open up that can of worms?
Okay, so I'll be really clear. I don't like anybody in that race personally.
Well, there's one particular horse that we all have a little bit of a beef with.
We're gonna be hitting that horse again. I have no doubt about it. It's the most logical horse in the double, and so as I look at this board, if the Chad horse,
Horsey Dave, by the way, Matt, congratulations! Love your book.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you.
By the way, Matt's got to work on the autograph situation. We had a meet and greet, and there's like several wonderful people that wanted his autograph. And he was on his phone. I'm sure it was very important, texting or something. I had to give Matt a little nudge, like, "Hey, some people want your autograph, Matt."
Yeah. Okay. I'm not used to that. Sorry.
Fair enough. Anyway, you got about 3 minutes. Thoughts when you go wide open board in general? You play a double.
I would. And look, okay. This 12 horse, as I'm looking over your shoulder, has every right to improve off of a first start. That horse is a winner if that horse improves off of that start.
So why is he 5-1?
I think
off the 7-2 morning line, right?
For the same reasons you're dissing him, in my opinion. And I don't think those are bad reasons. I also would be willing to bet a sizable amount of money he finishes at less than 5-1.
Yeah, he's got a big shot. I mean, the 12 can absolutely win. I'm just negative. Although I thought he'd be lower. I thought he'd be more like 2-1. So at 5-1, he could be value. Gizmo is here. What's up, Gizmo? America wants Jim Pilars right now is the comment in the chat. Jim Pilars had a family obligation today, so he will be here tonight, I believe, Matt. That's correct. Hopefully he'll be here in time, but something came up with his family, and he was not able to join us, Gizmo, during the day today. So we look forward to seeing Jim later. Pony Express, maybe? Breeding, 3, 4, 5 back. Wow. Raymond, I got a little intel for you. I don't want to give names. I don't want to name drop. All I can say is that Pony Express is absolutely stepping up in class, and he's eligible for an N1X, and there are thoughts that maybe he should have stayed in California for an easier spot, but the connections are thinking big and trying to get black type. I would be very surprised if Pony Express wins, but look, he ran well last time. And Matt, we talked about these 3-year-olds. We'll talk about the Jim Dandy here after race 9 as we see 2 minutes to post. Again, we might see horses in the background here warming up, although they're on the backside. It looks like right now headed to the turf course. The 3-year-old division pretty much up in the air, other than Dornock is starting to establish himself, which sort of lends people to a small field in the Jim Dandy. And look, you only need the top 3 to get black type placing, Matt, and really increase your stud value.
Absolutely. It's a great race for owners, that's for sure, and it's going to be a nice competitive race for bettors. Whether Fierceness figures it out, whether Sierra Leone finally runs straight and runs out of issues, we'll have to see. By the way, I'm looking up at that double probable.
12. The 12-1 to Sierra Leone is 10-1.
10-1. I mean, you're looking at a 9-2 shot. That's going to be 4-1 when they go off at the post, in my estimation. That actually makes 10-1 about the right price from a overlay-underlay standpoint. But 10-1, if you could be alive to 10-1 going into an even money shot, I'd feel pretty good about it. So my vote here would be to pick probably a couple horses, put them into Sierra Leone in a double, and that way you won't have to be stuck betting an even money shot in the next race, hopefully.
Yeah, this is a really – there are 5 races towards the end of the card here, of which 3 of them are very difficult, in my opinion at least. This is one of them. And then the 2 New York bred turf races, of which I have very strong interest in, race 11, which we will talk about. Race 11 has a number 4 horse called Gem Mint 10, who is 6-1 morning line, who yours truly has a little ownership piece of. So we will be absolutely. I see Mogo is a late. Yes, there is a late scratch. Wow, our fans are awesome. They're paying attention to the board. The number 9, Mogo, is a late scratch. Thank you from Peter and Katie. Now the
Mogo
9
is a no-go. Sorry.
These guys make fun of me for like bad jokes. That's good. Mogo is a no-go. All right. Now you can.
I'm glad you repeated it.
That was a good one. All right. No factor on the pace. It does move the 12 in a spot. I mean, people are like, big deal. Look, a few feet, you never know, could make a difference. So the 9 is out. I'm just looking at our tickets. We do have a group pick 5 that we're also playing here. And we were not alive tonight in our group pick 5. So that doesn't mean too much. So we will see. Again, we got a ton of people. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button on the bottom right-hand screen, right-hand side of the screen. We would greatly appreciate it. Who do you got in this race, everyone? Don't red board. Put it right now in the chat as they're going to the gate. Put it in the chat right now. Brad Anderson. What's up, Brad Anderson? Who do you like, Brad?
The 4.
Okay, Brad Anderson likes the 4. I like that pick. That would be tremendous for everyone here, including myself, who's got really good workouts. Again, who do you like? Time song for Brad Anderson. Put it in the chat right now as they're going to be going to the post here in just a minute. Again, we're not going to be showing the race live. We are not allowed to do that. And we won't. It's really hard to see the horses behind us. I'll be pretty quiet as we watch the race. Everyone at home is watching. When you see it, ladies and gentlemen, there's about a 5 or 6 second delay. So if you are only watching this YouTube channel, you won't have to worry about it because you don't know any better. If you are watching at home on TV or an ADW or whatever, it's the race is going to go off before you're watching here on YouTube because of the delay. Matt, you want to say something?
Yeah, I'm seeing the number 3 from my buddy Dave. I saw the number 3 from somebody else. I apologize in advance for what I'm about to do to your 3.
Oh boy.
Let's hit it. We're going to hit that double. Seal. All right.
I think the 3's about, well, not a win bet though. Are we betting?
No, this is a double.
All right. So Matt Miller's going to use the 3 in the double. Navy SEAL. So we'll see. It's the Tory, by the way.
8.5 to 1.
The 10, by the way, Matt, who I don't have, I believe, that's very sweaty. It is pretty hot today, actually. We are very comfortably in the shade. As you see Noah Maher in the background there with looks like the binocs. There he is. Wave. Say hi, Noah. He's waving. There we go. That's Noah in the background there. Checking out the scenery. The 10 looks pretty hot. It is warm out here today. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but Noah's just being a big goofball. I don't know. But anyway, so we got the 6s in. We got a few more to load. Good luck to everyone out there. This is race 9 from Saratoga on Jim Dandy Day on the HHH Racing Podcast. Hey, Patrick Kunzel. Pat, who do you like, Pat?
Let's get this 11 home for the pick 4.
Ooh. Pat, you guys are alive with the pick 4, yes? You and Noah?
We are.
Who do you guys have in the pick 4? Who you
2,
like?
3, 11, 12.
All right, 2, 3, 11, 12 for the Ben and Boozin' boys. If you're fans of that show,
But
2,
seal for the group.
3, 11, 12. The group needs 3, 4, 8, 11. So what? 3 and 11 are both, right? If I remember that. So
Yep.
3 to 11 will work for both of us. Did you have a real strong opinion here, Patrick, real quick, or do you think it's a spread?
It was a spread for us. Yeah.
Spread race.
Yeah.
So, and I think that 12 came down to 4 to 1. So I think there are now 4 horses
Yep.
between 3 and 4 to 1. So
Uh-huh.
that's tough. It's,
All right.
It's a great betting race.
The 10, great betting race. Very trip dependent. I'm really curious to see what the 3 does just because, you know, he was well meant. I'm not sure how talented he is. We're going to find out. The 11 is about to go into the gate, followed by Risk Tolerance for Chad and those Klarovich. Here we go. Race 9 at Saratoga.
I'll apologize to the audience now if the 2 or the 12 win. I'm going crazy. And the 3, actually.
4 broke really nicely, as did the 10. The 3 is being hustled up the inside Navy SEAL. 10's going to get a relatively comfortable lead. The 12, there we go, Matt. The 12 is a little bit 3 wide here. The 8 was supposed to show speed, and West Hollywood did not. That's a little bit surprising. Maybe he didn't break well. But Drunk on Sake, I'm not really surprised about that, has the lead. And the 4 is sitting very comfortably and is actually pulling in second with Navy SEAL comfortably in third, but did have to rush up. Risk Tolerance in between horses, getting an okay trip. And behind that, you got the 11. West Hollywood is pulling on the inside. I don't love where he is right now and that he's pulling. Drunk on Sake, what was that? 23 and 3, 48. It's moderate. I don't like this horse at all, for the record. I didn't think he was good enough to wire this field. If he wires that field, it'd probably be disastrous for most people around me. Let's hope it doesn't happen. Again, Drunk on Sake. We might be drunk on sake if this horse wins. Time Song is about to make a move, and here comes Klarovich in between, and the bomb outside of him. Come on, this 4. Come over the top. Navy SEAL's trying to find room. Let's see. We still got Drunk on Sake. He still has the lead. Oh, my goodness. Navy Song. Anyone coming from the back here? Not really. Here comes the 3 and the 4. Looks like, and here comes the West Hollywood is absolutely flying along with the 1. The 2 is trying to get through. West Hollywood over the top wins race 9 at Saratoga. Wow. I'll tell you what, maybe the plan was to take back on the 8 in this race, but that was a very impressive run in mid-stretch. That is a good result. Oh, we got a boom. We got a boom from Kyle Roscoe, host of Bet and Boozin', loves the 8, who actually went off the favorite. Wait, hold on. I need to bring Noah. Come out here a second. Noah, come out here a second. And Patrick. Now, and Patrick, you got you're a little bit off the screen, but now I actually ask a question. You guys know Kyle very well. He's listening and watching. He picked the favorite. Your thoughts?
The fact that the gate closed from there is preposterous.
Ultra impressive.
That
Really
was, I don't know what to say.
I wonder if Kyle's ADW has something that says he doesn't have to pick a number. Maybe he just picks like a scratch horse and gets the favorite every time, no matter what. Because
man, Noah Flavian is just.
although that 8 was
Absurd.
getting.
And then you look at the 2 and the 11 on the inside.
It came 8, 3, 11. I'll tell you, Main Beach had a lot of trouble some trouble. The 11 was right there. It was a very competitive race with the 10 steadied hard. I'll tell you what.
What a race.
No, you and I've talked. Everyone talks about Flavian. I mean, Flavian made his name at first on the West Coast. Noah, this guy's just insane on the turf. I thought he had a chance to win the Eclipse Award last year. I thought he was maybe deserving of it. He didn't have enough like grade 1s, but I mean, every time I watch Flavian, Noah, the guy just gives great rides time after time on the dirt too. He's just unbelievable.
Look at the 4 jockeys who came in first.
Yeah, Flavian, Dettori, Gaffleone, and Irad. Welcome to Saratoga, Noah.
Right. I mean, it's you could say equally nice things about every one of them. It's a tough colony out here.
No, when you saw it, I believe you guys didn't have West Hollywood in your own pick 4. I believe, is that right? Or you guys had?
No, we didn't.
No, sorry about that, man. But I mean, I didn't. Like I said in mid call, I guess I sound stupid. He was more of not a speed horse, but should be in the front flight. And he took back, but Flavian was able to save ground and just exploded.
Well, we thought there was going to be quite a bit of speed on paper, which is why we didn't love the 8, just because we knew the connections would take money. But in a wide open race like this, 3 to 1's not too bad from a win perspective. But going back to Pratt, I mean, he's just going to give you 100% every ride. Doesn't matter what surface, doesn't matter what distance. And he just took a very one-dimensional, one-pace horse and took him from probably 5 or 6 lengths back, which jockeys around here don't do that. So that was impressive. Got to tip my hat when it's deserved.
Matt, I feel vindicated on 2 ways, and I've been wrong. I'll be wrong many times, although we did have a very nice pick 5 earlier in the week that got us out for the week and then some. Again, the Chads were, I don't know if the 12 went off at 9. I'm not sure what the 12 ended up going off at, but, you got 2 Chads that were really not factors. I will say the 2 had a little bit trouble late, but I don't know if he was winning. I mean, those are just plays against, as good as these guys are, these competitive fields. It's just hard to take semi-low prices even on Chads.
And the 8 did take all that funny money I was mentioning before. It was getting bet in every pool in a strange way. It's obviously I didn't take that signal and bet it myself, but if it's an angle and it's a factor, and that 8 was getting an awful lot of money.
Yep. Navy SEAL ran well. He was asked quite a bit, guys, early. No excuses. I mean, this is just not. What is this? I believe it's this is Godolphin, right? He's a Navy SEAL. I'm gonna double check here. No, it's not Godolphin. I apologize. It's Coolmore. I'm not saying he's underachieving, but anyway, congratulations to West Hollywood, who is a 3-year-old. There's some nice stakes races all over the country, guys, for 3-year-old turf horses. It'll be interesting to see, and Noah doesn't have to come on screen, but I know on Breeders' Cup Day is the Twilight Derby, which is a real nice race for 3-year-olds. I think it's a grade 2. So I'm curious to see if West Hollywood goes to, well, not West Hollywood, it's in San Diego, but you guys get the idea. That'll be interesting. Guys, ladies and gentlemen at home, again, we have tremendous viewership. Thanks for watching HHH Racing Podcast. We got Patrick Kunzel. We got Matt Miller. We got Matt Miller's brother, David. We got Brad Anderson. We got Noah Maher. They're off screen. Anyway, we've got a lot of people here. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. We've got probably about 25 minutes to the big one, to the Jim Dandy. Now, I do want to say a few things. We are going to take a little bit of break here in a minute as I see that Sierra Leone opened up at even money, which is his morning line as well. The Jim Dandy is supposed to go off at 5:43, and it looks like they're pretty much on time. What I wanted to say is the race after the Jim Dandy is an allowance race of which I have a small ownership piece of, the number 4 Gem Mint 10. So we're probably going to end the show like right after the Jim Dandy because I got to skedaddle the paddock and see my boy Gem Mint 10. Matt?
If Gem Mint 10 wins this race,
Race 11. Race 11,
the next
right?
race, whatever. get to TVG as fast as you can, and you are going to watch one raucous winter circle celebration. Oh my! I don't know how great a chance the horse has. I think it was 6-1 morning line. It seems competitive. I don't think we're sitting here expecting a win, and we're going to go ape shit.
Wow, I love it. Hey, profanity's allowed here on the show. Yes, the winner's circle, and you bet my hat will be on. You will see my hat for sure. You're right. Got to have the hat on.
If that horse wins, I'll wear the hat in the winner's circle.
Well, I want to wear the hat.
One timer. Remember that horse?
Okay, I do remember that horse. One timer. Let's talk about the Jim Dandy, and Patrick, since you're on screen, we appreciate you spending some time with us here. Before we get into the nitty gritty of the Jim Dandy, we all know that we have history with number one, Sierra Leone. Let's eliminate that completely for a moment, okay? Sierra Leone right now 4-5. We've got Seize the Gray, who's 3-1 opened up. That's pretty low, Patrick. Batten Down is opening up at 16-1. Brad Anderson, Batten Down's opening up at 16-1 right now. Wow. Pony Express 22.
Hasn't taken Brad's money yet.
Gould's Gold is 27. Fierceness is 2-1. Patrick, it's a 5-horse field. Is it right? 5? Yeah, 6-horse field. 6-horse field. We know the antics with Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Of those 5, timeout. Yes.
You come to Saratoga.
Oh yeah, come on, Carly. Come on screen.
This is the nicest person.
Give it a hand for Carly, our waitress. She's amazing.
This is his podcast.
Oh, nice.
Just listen carefully. If you're having a good time, if you're having a good day, make bets for your friends here. I'm about to go high five every teller in the building. This is going to be an amazing time. I'll be back.
Wait, is that a bet on the Jim Dandy? That race?
No, I bet the 8 for everybody.
Wait, let's cover up cover up everything. Wow, this is a bet. I don't know if people can see that right there. 10 to win on the 8. Carly, a little low 5. Woo! Nice job. Congratulations. All right, Carly's going to go cash. Carly's been, there's the starting gate right behind us for the Jim Dandy. All right, so Patrick, come on back in. And it's going to be a little bit loud. Patrick, I need to talk a little bit louder with the tractor here behind us, who, of course, just stopped right there just for us.
It's a good background.
It is a good background. Of the 5 other horses in this race, 3 of them show quite a bit of speed. The other ones want to be front. If a race sets up for Sierra Leone more than this, I just don't know what it is. Small field, in theory, there's no traffic. Will he stay straight in the stretch? That's the question, right, Patrick?
Yeah, it's the question. But I also think the inside draw should help him in this spot. The reason why I think that is if he can stay on the rail, and take back, let the other 3 go, he shouldn't have a problem with, finding his trip. And the lugging shouldn't be an issue in hindsight. We heard Chad say in an article that he's matured a little bit since his last race. If you want to believe it, you can. I'm going to believe it. And I'm hoping for a big run.
I expect him to win. We're going to get into details. I'll tell you what we're going to do because we got the tractor right next to us here, which is very interesting. We're going to take a very short commercial break here. As once I get a banner up to do that, do not go anywhere because we're going to have detailed discussion about the Jim Dandy Stakes right here on the HHH Racing Podcast. So we'll be right back, everyone. mute button. We are back here live at Saratoga. Howard Kravitz of the HHH Racing Podcast. Oh my, look who just stepped. I don't know if he'll come on screen or not, but the one and only Philly Joe Mecca, unbelievable contest player, even a better guy. Hey, what the Philly Joe?
What's up, everyone?
That's a hell of a view, isn't it, right there? Hey, would you mind giving everyone's opinion? We're just about to talk about the Jim Dandy here. Of course, you can see the odds. Right now, we got Sierra Leone is 4-5. Philly Joe, what do we do in this race? You got Fierce's is 2-1. I got to say again, that's a crazy price to me considering he's just throwing in duds after duds. I know he's probably not going to be wide. He's probably going to get a good trip, but he's not been very brave lately. Give the fans at home an overall opinion of the Jim Dandy this year.
Look, I mean, Sierra Leone's going to be the horse to beat, the only closer in the race. And if Fierceness shows up, Fierceness should demolish this field, but he's so unpredictable. That's the problem with that horse. I don't like anyone else. I'm not sure who I'm playing. We actually have a private contest going on, so I can't really say who I'm going because Brad Anderson over here is trying to see who I'm going to be using in the last because I have about almost 5,000 on him. So yeah, I went all in with the 8 last race.
Oh,
so
what a ride by Flavor.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
I thought he would be. We thought he'd be.
We thought he'd be on the
lead.
lead. I know.
And that run in the stretch.
It was amazing. It was amazing. So yeah,
Okay.
I have some. Brad's probably there's probably one other person that can catch me, but Brad's right on my heels. So I got to figure out what I'm gonna do here. So.
All right, it's gonna be. Oh, we got some. Look who's gonna be joining us here at the bottom of the screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Guest in the bottom of the screen. Let's see. Are we? Yes, we are right. Let's bring on co-host of Picks and Ponies, Paul Halloran. Paul, are you in the paddock? What's going on?
Yes, this is what we call a live report. It's a live stand-up. We call it in the business, Howard.
Paul, I don't think we can hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know if people at home can hear you.
Live broadcasting.
Try again, Paul.
Hello.
Yes.
No?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, I am in the paddock.
So it's gonna be hard for me to hear you just because it's loud out here. So just go ahead, Paul. What are your thoughts of the 2024 Jim Dandy? Go ahead. You got a minute or two.
I'm going to try to go to a quieter area. The paddock. This is a my racehorse race, so the paddock is jammed. Hold on.
No problem. Seize the Gray, the my racehorse horse, is 7-2. That still seems low to me for this horse in this race. But again, a lot of money from the my racehorse crew, Paul.
Any better?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Any better?
Yes.
We got you.
Yeah, so it's a mob scene in here because of the 12,000 Seize the Gray owners. So, yeah, it's an interesting race. I don't know what you guys have been talking about. I'm going to try to get battened down. Fierceness is walking about 30 feet away. He looks good. And haven't seen any jockeys yet. But, yeah, it's beautiful to be here, as you know.
I know, and we'll let you go in a minute. It's a little bit choppy. It's not your fault. It's the internet. We can hear you fine, but the video's a little choppy. Batting down at 12-1.
Now's the time where you talk, Howard.
Batting down at 12-1, Paul, is crazy to me. I think this horse should be, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8, and maybe he'll come down.
I'm still here. You can talk.
Do you think he'll come down, batting down, Paul? Paul, can you hear us? Okay, Paul, one more time. Can you hear us, Paul?
All right.
What are your thoughts on will the price on batting down come down? Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll bring Paul back. Track internet, Philly Joe.
Yeah,
I'll ask you that question. 12-1 too high and batting down, Joe.
I just think this horse is going to get overlooked a little bit here. I mean, look, you got all the, as I think Paul was starting to say, the My Racehorse money is going to be on Seize the Gray. Sierra Leone, of course, is going to take money, and Fierceness is going to take money. They're the horses that the public knows, that they've heard the name of. So that's always going to get probably more money than they should. So, but 12-1 is a crazy number on that horse. I don't know if he's I don't know. What do you think, Howard? You think? I mean, he probably should be 5-6 to 1. I don't think he's going to get down that low.
I think bad now should be like 8.
Okay.
I mean, you're facing two in
Okay.
the face of really tough horses.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly go, and Joe, feel free to stay on there as much as you like or leave, whatever. We all know about Sierra Leone. If he stays straight, Joe, even if he doesn't stay straight in this race, I don't think he needs to stay straight, actually, in this race, in my opinion. Now, it's been hard for horses to close as we got tractors are going by, so I'm going to talk a little bit louder. And Joe and Matt are going to have to talk a little bit louder also. We did see a 2-year-old, really talented horse, Joe, close from deep. That's the only horse that's really closed from deep on the main track all week long. But Sierra Leone is one of the most impressive closers in the country. I think it's a fair track, Joe, or we'd say it's tilted to speed still.
No, I think it's pretty fair. I mean, yeah, nothing has been really closing out of the clouds this week until that. I think it was the Chad Brown horse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chad Brown horse that, closed just, I mean, that was just a crazy race.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if Sierra Leone will be able to close into something today. We'll see.
Let's quickly talk about some other horses, then we'll get to the chat. Seize the Gray. It's a horse that I've frankly been disrespecting all along, and I shouldn't have. Did not run well in the Belmont. I just think it's a really tough spot again because Fierce is breathing on him. There's other speed. I don't see it, but look, I've been wrong before. Seize the Gray 7-2. We got battened down for, again, Mott and Alvarado, and we know our good friend Paul Halloran loves that combo. This is Juddmonte. I think he's getting better. I loved him in the Ohio Derby. If you subscribe to our Power Picks, you know that. It was my top pick in that race. But he's been doing it on the lead in his last 2, and I don't know if that's going to happen today. He does need to improve, but he has every right to, as I can see on Fox. It looks like they're doing like a starting lineup thing with the jockeys, but why are you watching Fox? I mean, you should be watching here. So, I mean, come on. Pony Express got a 95 buyer, Matt. 95 buyer in Santa Anita. I have a little bit of intel that there was discussion on whether to come here or not. They decided to come here, but I mean, that 95, Matt, was done on the lead. I did the wrong shoulder thing. Do you see that, Matt? See, you're on my right on the screen.
It's
I gotta
weird.
look left.
It's weird. I agree.
I know. Gould's Gold, very quickly. Interesting horse, 25-1. Only lost a length to Batten Down, and almost beats Corporate Power in the Sir Barton restricted race at Pimlico. He's a nice horse. He's improving. Let's talk about Fierceness for a second. Now, Matt, very polarizing horse, right? Our podcast in general was very, very against him in the Derby, not only because we had Sierra Leone. We just didn't like the pace situation, the wide post. The Florida Derby, as we've talked about a lot in the show, was just a big poo-poo of a quality field. What's your feeling on Fierceness today, especially at his price right now, Matt, of 2-1, as coincidentally, we see Johnny V being interviewed by Richie Migliore right now in those famous blue and orange Rapoli silks. Thoughts on Fierceness, either regardless or irregardless of the price?
So look, I've been honest. I'm on tilt. I don't have the ability to look at Sierra Leone objectively. If I'm trying as best as I can, I actually don't think the day sets up for him. Fierceness is up and down, but if this is one of those up days, I can picture this being one of those leads that extends and extends and extends, and we're looking at 8-5 or 9-5 or whatever he finishes at, and saying, "Wow, that's the last time we're ever going to see that on that horse." So for me, I'm not usually such a track bias kind of person or whatnot, but I can't deny what we've been seeing all week. These horses aren't closing. So, look, my heart's always going to be with Sierra Leone. I'm also going to be furious with him for the rest of my life. But from a betting perspective, I think Fierceness is the play here, actually.
So, good question from our good friend Siggy Mendoza of Sig Mendoza Racing in the chat. He's addressing it to me, but I'll ask you, Matt. Do you see Fierceness pressing the pace or being very aggressive right out of the gate and trying to wire the field? What's the best way for Fierceness to win this race today?
I think his best chance is to wire the field, but I don't know that he's going to have a choice about what kind of company he may have up there. So I don't know. If I'm a jockey not on Fierceness or Sierra Leone, this one feels pretty tricky to me. I do think some of them might just send and see what they've got. I'm not freaked out about Fierceness sitting one off, two off, whatever that is. The visual I'm getting here is one of those leads that starts growing on the turn, and those with closers are just really upset with what they're looking at.
So you'd like Fierceness to win the race?
I do.
Okay, look, he can win. I think here's the key to the race to me, everyone, is Seize the Gray. Because Jamie Torres is very aggressive. We know D. Wayne has done really good job with this horse. And Seize the Gray, with the thousands of my racehorse fans here, has always been aggressive. The question is, will Jamie Torres be content, if necessary, to let Fierceness go and come around, or will he be insisting on getting the lead? My vibe is D. Wayne is saying just go. D. Wayne's just a go guy. Matt, we've been around this game a long time, and Seize the Gray in general does his best running on the lead. It's hard for me to believe that Johnny V will get in some crazy speed duel. I think he would comfortably sit off of Seize the Gray and just hope that he's good enough. So I don't see a crazy speed duel, but I really think if Fierceless does not have the lead at I'll say the quarter mile, he's not winning. That's my opinion.
I agree. And I think that's where he gets the lead. So
okay,
my concern is if more than Fierceness and Seize the Gray go, then I'm not so sure about Fierceness. But if it's just the two of them, whether it's Fierceness on the lead or just off the lead, I just see this as one where this horse is powering past. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've been wrong plenty of times before about these very horses, so we'll see.
We've got from Gizmo, have a good meal at Saliva. He's got inside intel. I don't know what's going on, but he said have a good meal at Saliva. We're not really sure what he's talking about. Sending a tray of cannoli to the table. Is that for us? Are we going to eat Saliva today? I
hope so.
I don't know. We hope so. Thanks, Gizmo. That'd be pretty cool. We'll take it. He has some questions about food at Saliva. We'll just go ahead and pass that up right now. Oh, look who's here, Matt. Our good friend, Trish Smith. What's up, Trish? Wonderful handicapper from the great Commonwealth of Kentucky and a city called Lexington that our good friend Noah Maher knows very well. Trish Smith is pulling for the Sierra Leone Seize the Gray Exacta. I don't know what that pays, but maybe someone at the table can find out what the 1-2 Exacta pays. Good luck to Trish Smith. I like that Exacta.
I do like that Exacta, especially as a backup to what I'm thinking about doing. And Trish, after looking around here for a while, there will not be a Real Housewives of Saratoga. This doesn't seem to be the place for it.
So. All right. By the way, it is very crowded here today. I noticed it looked like it. We are in a very nice area of the 1863 Club where you have to have tickets and a little more exclusive and whatnot. So, but the grandstands are packed. It's a beautiful day here. Let me have. This show is not sponsored by Saratoga Spring Water, but I'm going to have some anyway.
Wait. Let's do something fun for a second. Saratoga Spring Water.
Uh-oh. I know what he's going to do.
Source. All right, listen carefully.
You're off the screen. Look, there you go.
I'm just reading. I'm not slandering. Source. White Cedar Springs, Dallas. PLT period, Maine, and or Nature's Way Spring, Foster Township, Pennsylvania. I taste the Saratoga there all the time.
Okay.
What the heck is that?
By the way, Tom Espinoza, Matt, our good friend San Francisco, says Matt is an author and now TV Housewives producer. Congratulations.
I'd love it. It's a great show.
All right. Who else is here? Martin. What's up, Martin, in the chat? He agrees with Dave Duncan. Racing down win. Same for Sierra Leone. If he doesn't make it today, there'll be no excuses for him. I got to be honest, guys. I would like to see Sierra Leone win today because he's a lone A for me. Just let everyone know I have Batten down and Fierceness as B's, and I have Seize the Gray as a C. So I believe on my power picks, I went 1-6-3, I believe is what I went, Matt. I couldn't get creative in this race. Sierra Leone didn't really have excuses for me, really, in the Derby. And you can make the argument that, well, you know what?
Well, let's go.
He was Ernie Munich, great guy. We're live right now, Ernie Munich. So, all right, Ernie Munich from Naira, great guy, cameraman, does wonderful stuff with them. you could say this here alone had no excuse in the Derby. The Belmont here, which was here at Saratoga, that was a very speed favoring day, Matt, and it was just hard to close, although he didn't break well. But of all the races he's had, lately, I would say this one is the least excuses in my opinion.
I agree. And he's the horse in my heart. I mean, we've been loving on this horse for so long, and it's been so devastating. There will be some, whether I play fierceness or not, there will be some element of vindication if this horse crushes in this race. At least, it would be nice to see him win one of these bigger races rather than just get there and make us crazy.
It would. By the way, someone in the chat said you're not going to be invited on Talking Horses with Andy Sterling for slandering Saratoga water, because he's big on that.
So you're telling me Naira owns Saratoga water as well?
I don't believe so.
I'm not going to be on that show because I don't think they want me. That's okay.
We've got 5 minutes to post. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a very, and I mean like a 60-second commercial break. We'll be back on the HHH Racing podcast for the 2024 Jim Dandy live at Saratoga. Don't go anywhere, folks. David, 350. We are live here at Saratoga. Howard Kravitz, host of the HHH Racing Podcast. Thanks for joining us as we are 3 minutes to post to the 2024 Jim Dandy. I'm going to move out of my way. I don't know if you guys can see there over my left shoulder. I'm pointing. That's the starting gate right there, right by my thumb. They're going to be breaking from there. Again, we cannot show the race, but you'll see the horses in the background as we are just off of the first turn. 2 minutes to post in the Jim Dandy. We also want to let everyone know that about 2 minutes after the race is over, we're going to end the show. So we're not going to be going to 6 o'clock. I know it says 6 o'clock on YouTube, but I have a horse that I have partial ownership of called Gem Mint 10 in the next race, race 11, the number 4 horse, who I think has got a decent shot to win the race if he gets a great trip, and I need to get to the paddock. So we're not going to be doing a lot of, post race coverage of the Jim Dandy, but we really appreciate everyone watching here live. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button on the bottom right hand side of the screen. We're also, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. We've got a great tip sheet. Look below the video player for information about our Power Picks tip sheet, which is doing very well and does very well. Check that out. And we've got a wonderful website as well, hhhracingpodcast.com. You can also look into our Saratoga only and Del Mar only Power Picks tip sheet if you go to our website and click on the Power Picks tab. 1 minute to post. Sierra Leone is 4-5. Seize the Gray 5-1. Batten Down has ticked down, pun intended, to 9-1. Pony Express is at 22. We've got Ghoul's Gold, the long shot at 27. And Fierceness has also ticked down, as Matt Miller sort of suggested or we talked about, to 9-5. I would not be surprised if at post time Sierra Leone stays at 4-5 and Fierceness maybe goes to 8-5. That would not surprise me at all. They're about to go to the gate. The key for me, again, is going to be the break and to see what Seize the Gray does versus Fierceness. The number 4 Pony Express is pretty quick also. So this is going to be absolutely fascinating. It would be so much like Saratoga and the unpredictability of horse racing if you think there's a lot of speed and someone just wires a field walking, but sure doesn't feel that way. As they're about to go into the gate, it's post time for the Jim Dandy. Who do you got? Put it in the chat right now. Who do you like in the Jim Dandy? We want your opinions. Put it in right now as they're still walking behind the gate. Again, Brad Anderson, who you got?
Batten down.
Wow, Brad is okay. Batten down. Matt, who do you got?
Fierceness. Sorry.
Fierceness. Okay. We got Joe's in the background. Joe?
Fierceness.
Joe's going Fierceness. I'm going with my boy. I'm a stubborn son of a gun. I don't tell you. It's not creative. I'm going Sierra Leone. So, again, we'll see if Sierra Leone is not actually broken from the inside recently, although he broke from, the 2-hole? Yeah, in the Derby, I believe. So,
Yeah,
and that was absolutely fine.
Yep.
Good luck to everyone at home in the Jim Dandy. Seize the Gray goes into the gate with Jamie Torres, who's having, Joe, a really good 2024. It's our breakout year for him. Who gets the lead, Joe? Who has the lead in the first quarter?
Yeah. Well, no, you think Seize Gray?
I do. I don't want that. But that's what I think.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I got a feeling. I think it's Fierce. I think Fierceness is going to be an all-out set, guys.
Yes, if Fierceness is going to win, I think he's got to go all out.
Yep. And Fierce, we got 2 more to load. Gould's Gold. I'm not going to give the race call. You can watch at home. I'm just going to mention a few things. And here is Fierceness.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, everyone. Crush your bets in the Jim Dandy. And they're off. Fierceness breaks well. And a lot of horses are sending. And Fierceness is not going to get the lead. It looks like that is the 4, right? Ponies Express absolutely has the lead. And Fierceness is going to be 3 wide, it looks like, as Batten Down sort of forces his way in. Now Fierceness tucks into the 2 path. Seize the Gray is like 5 off the lead, guys. I'm a little surprised. This doesn't look that fast. Sierra Leone is where you think he'd be 23-4, which in generally speaking, you think is slow, but this track's been playing slow. Pony Express on the lead. Fierceness in second. Batten Down getting a great trip, a really good stalking trip in third. Seize the Gray, followed by Gould's Gold and Sierra Leone patiently in last, the half in 47-2. It is very honest. Fierceness has no excuses, guys. He's tracking at 25-1. Batten Down's comfortable. Seize the Gray is in 4th. Sierra Leone has not made his move yet. Flavian is riding very confidently, and Fierceness just took the lead, but he's not blown by anyone, but he is in hand. Here comes Sierra Leone flying from the back of the pack. It is Fierceness. Batten Down. Sierra Leone is going to try to make ground. He's going to go to the inside. Fierceness has the lead and is drifting. And Batten Down comes in a little bit on Sierra Leone. Fierceness is like the 6th path. Sierra Leone's on the inside. I don't think he's going to get there. Fierceness, Rapoli Stables is going to win the Jim Dandy by a length over Sierra Leone. You might see the gallop out behind us there. If Joe gets out of the way, there's the gallop out.
Oh, sorry.
Fierceness wins the Jim Dandy. He was 5 wide. Sierra Leone. Okay, I'm done. I'm out. I'm done with Sierra Leone, Matt. Absolutely done. There's the Rapolis are celebrating on screen. He ran back to winning race. The final time is 1:49.1. He wins by, I would say, a relatively comfortable 3/4 of a length. Matt Miller is a little bit happy there in the background. If you have fierceness, congratulations. Again, we're going to be very quickly here going off screen. If you had fierceness, congratulations. You got 9-5. The only thing I'll say, and then I do have to go to the pack and end the show, is I'm not surprised, but I wonder if fierceness was in the 5 or 6 path on purpose to force Sierra Leone to his inside. I mean, they were never close to each other, but the fact that Sierra Leone tried to close up the inside, to me, I would have preferred Sierra Leone try to chase down fierceness from the outside. The final, it was 6-1. Who came in third, guys? I don't even. 6-1-3. I believe I had 1-6-3. I was right there. Congratulations to anyone who had fierceness, the winner of the 2024 Jim Dandy. Here's how on the show. Root for me at number 4 in the next race, Gem Mint 10 in race 11. And my price play of the day is the number 8 in the last race. Again, the last race, race 12, number 8 is my price play. So bet a 4-8 double to end the day, and you will crush your bets. Thank you, everyone, for watching and joining us, for all my co-hosts and everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure as we've been live here from Saratoga Racecourse on Jim Dandy 2024. Crush your bets in the late daily double. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.
If you have not followed his Triple H Horse Racing podcast, you're missing out. It's one of the best podcasts in the country.